wizard of fertility. Like, he really is. He knows everything about it. He's great. Hi, my name's Anna Marie Maglio. I am 34 years old. I was a patient of Dr. Check's from June 2023 until June of 2025. We got married in 2018, and then we started to try on our own. We tried for a little bit, and then we opened up our own business. That was like around 2020. So we kind of got like stopped a little bit and preoccupied with that. But then when things weren't like happening for us, we started to worry, and then that's when we went somewhere else, and we did multiple procedures through there, like HSGs, multiple IUIs. I just kind of felt like I was being seen as just another patient and not like as an individual. So we started to do some research, and friends and family members kept telling us about Dr. Check, and that's when we made the switch. We first heard about Dr. Check through friends and family, and then it was actually through my acupuncturist. She was the one who said to me, there's a great fertility doctor and his name's Dr. Check. And I'm like, I've been hearing so much about him. And she was the one who really pushed me to go to him. My first impression of Dr. Check, I think me and my husband can both agree, it was definitely a unique and funny experience, because as soon as we sat down in his office, if you know, you know, his whole office is like swanked out. The nicest stuff in there. It almost looks like a castle, like furniture that belongs in a castle. So we were just stunned already from when we walked in. And then when you sit down with him, he has a ton of articles that he wrote himself that he'll pull out and make you read. And from there, we were kind of like, okay, this is different, definitely a different experience than we've had in the past, but it was in the best way possible. So that was probably our first impression with Dr. Check. He definitely handled me as an individual, and he looked into things like my thyroid level. He looked into, I think it's a postcoital, right? Mm-hmm. He looked into a postcoital where other doctors didn't do that, which I was already impressed that he was doing those things. And I also just like to add that I feel like he's like the wizard of fertility. Like, he really is. He knows everything about it. So yes, I definitely did feel heard from the entire staff, from Erica in bloods, from Kathy in ultrasound, from Anne filling me in about my pregnancy, down to the people who answer the phones in the front. Everyone makes you feel heard and doesn't leave one question unanswered. So the treatments and procedures that I had done at Dr. Check's office, I would have to say, I think it was somewhere between 3 IUIs. Obviously in the beginning, postcoital, lab work, all that good stuff. My last IUI with Dr. Check, we did get pregnant. Unfortunately, it did end in an ectopic pregnancy. That was definitely a scary time. It was definitely fragile. After that ectopic pregnancy, I took like a much needed break, and then thought about everything, came back to Dr. Check. He still had hope that I would get pregnant without IVF, but in my heart I just knew I wanted to go further with IVF and like lower the chances of that happening again. So after the IVF, we did 1 round. We did get pregnant on our first transfer, but that ended in a chemical pregnancy, and we did take another little break. And then we did a second transfer, and that's when we have our healthy baby boy. The whole experience, if you're in it, you know. I hope you're never have to be in it, but if you are, it's definitely trying, to say the least. It's gonna put definitely like trial on your relationship, on your life. It's a lot of appointments to go to, blood work, needles, medicine. But if I could go back and tell myself what I know now, that I see my beautiful healthy baby boy, I would say to keep going, to never give up. A moment that definitely stood out with me would have to be when I was having my first couple ultrasounds when I was pregnant with the ultrasound techs, and it was after the ectopic pregnancy. I was so scared. I was traumatized to have another ultrasound because I was afraid they were going to tell me something bad. I just remember the ultrasound techs, whether they knew that I had this ectopic before or whether they didn't, they just answered every question. They were so patient with me, and they didn't make me feel like there was something wrong with me or what I was feeling was not right or I was overreacting. So I think that stood with me, just that feeling of safeness, and they treated me like they would treat one of their daughters or their family. The outcome is great. I have a beautiful, healthy baby boy, and I couldn't be happier. So we were just hoping for one healthy baby, and that's what we have. If you are struggling with infertility and on this journey, I would just say, I know it's easier said than done, because when you're in it, it seems like the outcome is going to be so far away and it's so hard to reach. But I was going to give up. And I'm so happy that I didn't, because if I would have, I wouldn't have my baby. And when you just look at them, then it all goes away. The shots, the medicine, the lab work fades away, and you're content and you're happy. If you're thinking about going to Dr. Check, if you're scared to make that first call, how to make an appointment, do it. They'll help you through the way. If you don't know, how to get there, just give them a call, and I promise you, everyone there will have you in good hands, and you'll be taken care of.
Get to love you the way you love. It changes who I am.